Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jai Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Nittai Gaurari Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagala Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्रीवार्षभालवी देवी दैताय कृपाब्दये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्य जल प्रेमार्य श्री रूपानुग भक्तिद श्री गौर शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ते दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप सिद्धांत ध्वान्तहारिणे नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्ते विप्रलम्बर सांबोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते गौराविर्भाव भूमि स्वं निर्दिष्टा सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यां नमामि भक्ता सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त श्री राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते जयतां सुरतो मम मंदिर मतिर्गति मत्सर्वसुपदं भोजौ श्री राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यं कल्पादिमादः श्रीमद्रत्नासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठानिधि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान् राजसारंगी वंशीवटतदर्शितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीयेस्तु नः तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we'll chant first two verses. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam. Keep all the videos on, so I'll know that you're chanting the verses. Keep all of the videos on. Mataji, Vishwambar Prabhu, Vandana Mataji. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam. Jiva vegam udarupastha vegam. Etan vegan yo vishaheta dhiraha. Sarvamapi mam sashishya. अत्याहार प्रयासश्च प्रजल्पो नियमाग्रह जनसंगश्च लौल्यं च शरीरभक्तिर्विनश्यति. Now first two verses, Gadadhar Prabhu, please chant. All of you will be chanting one by one.
Hare Krishna, Dandatna Mataji. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam juva vegam udarapastha vegam etan vegan yo vitaheta dhira sarvamapi mam prithivim sasishyat. Text number 2. Atyaraha prayasascha prajalpo niyamagrahah laulyam cha sadbir bhakti vinasya.
Gadadhar. Yeah. Chant Prabhu. Gadadhar.
कृष्ण माताजी। वाचो वेगम मनसः क्रोध वेगम जीवा वेगम उदरोपस्थ वेगम एतान् वेगां यो विशेत धीरः सर्वामपि मां पृथ्वीं सशिष्यात्। नेक्स्ट। त्यार प्रयासश्च प्रजल्पो नियमाग्रह जनसंगश्च लौलं च षड्भिर्भक्ति नश्यति।
षड्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति.
षड्भिर्भक्तिर्विनश्यति।
Hare Krishna Mataji. Vacha vegam manasa krodha vegam jiva vegam udaropastha vegam etam vegam yo vaisha eta dhira sarvam apimam rahivim sashishyat. Atyahara prayascha prajalponimagrahah. Atyahara prayasascha prajalponimagrahah. Janasangascha laulyamcha sadbhir bhaktir vinashyati.
Okay, next Ashok Prabhu, then Manoj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jiva vegam udropastha vegam etan vegan yo vishheta dhiraha sarvam api mam prithvim sashishyat atyahara prayasasya cha prajalpo niyama agrahaha jansanghasya cha laulyam cha षड्भिर भक्तिर विनश्यति. हरे कृष्ण.
Manoj Prabhu. Voice. They're not audible. Prabhu. ये वंदना माता जी.
हरे कृष्ण. वाचो वेगम मनसा क्रोध वेगम जिव्या वेगम उदरुपस्थ वेगम ये तान वेगान यो विषहत्य धैर्या सर्वा अपि मां पृथ्वीं सशिष्य
धीरः
धीर्य
धीर्या नहीं धीरः
धीर
नेक्स्ट
सेकेंड वन अत्याहार प्रयासश्च प्रजल्पो नियमाग्रह जनसंघर्ष लौलं च षड्भिर्भक्ति विनश्यति
जन इट्स नॉट जन जन
जन जनसंघर्ष लौलं च
अरे क्लास है यार भक्ति शास्त्री की, नॉर्मल थोड़ी है।
वैष्णव प्रभु
इनको नहीं बोलना है या तो फिर
ओके fight in the house. It's what is the drawback in one necklace. Okay, Vishwambar Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। वाचो वेगम मनसः क्रोध वेगम जिह्वा वेगम उदरोपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगम यो विषेत धीरः सर्वम अपि मां पृथिवीं सशिष्यात्
सर्वाम
सर्वाम अपि मां पृथ्वीं सशिष्यात्। टेक्स्ट 2 अत्याहारः पश्यसश्च प्रयासश्च प्रजल्पो नियमाग्रहः जनसंघर्ष च लौल्यं च सद्भिर्भक्ति विनश्यति।
Okay. Anupama.
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes, where I am very loud, I cannot speak. Sorry.
Yes, Vaishnav Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Who is there? Vaishnav Prabhu.
अच्छा, सॉरी माता जी।
माता जी हरे कृष्णा। माता जी मैं ड्राइव कर रहा हूँ, मैं 5 मिनट में घर पहुंच के फिर बोलता हूँ।
No problem. Okay. So we'll go to the third verse today. Now, what are the 6 things which is going to enhance our devotion service, make us progress in devotion service? What is that? Utsaha. First is what? Utsaha. First is Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya Tat Karma Pravartana Sangatyaga Sato Vitte Shadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya Tat Karma Pravartana Sangatyaga Sato Vitte Shadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. Utsahan. One should be always enthusiastic, but enthusiastic with brains, not just the blood is hot and I'm just enthusiastic. No, it's good. Should have intelligence also. That enthusiasm should be with intelligence. Utsahan, nishchaya, and firm determination. Sometimes you see there is a flickering enthusiasm. One day you'll be very enthusiastic. Next day, that enthusiasm should not have inner motives. It should have spiritual motives. See, Prabhupada's enthusiasm, we can see till the Prabhupada ends his Leela. Prabhupada's Leela is never ended. It's always there. But at least till he is there in this earthly plan. You see that enthusiasm is continuously there because that is driven by his faith in his spiritual master. So the enthusiasm should have firm faith, nishchaya. Nishchaya means firm determination. Nishchaya, dhairya. For that, lot of tolerance is important. Lot of patience, lot of tolerance. Somebody will blast you, somebody will criticize you. But if you're shaken, then gone. It's not so easy to progress in devotion service, especially taking responsibilities. When you take responsibilities, some may criticize you, some may praise you. But in all the circumstances, you have to be very, very tolerant. Neither be carried away by the praises, nor be deprived or be depressed by the criticism. Dhairya, lot of patience is required. Utsaha nishtaya dhaita tat tat karma pravartana. Tat tat. Tat tat means for him. The activities for him should never be stopped. That should be the inner drive. There's always a drive, isn't it? Like people wake up early in the morning to go for catching the flight. They are so enthusiastic. 2 o'clock also they wake up. What is a drive? Oh, I am going and meeting my friend or my relative. I have to catch a flight. I have to go and make some business deal. So that is the inner drive. But that enthusiasm doesn't last for long. But the enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness is one has to work for Krishna. I am working for Krishna. I am waking up for Krishna. So tat karma pravartana. That should be the inner drive. I want to please my Krishna. Simple. Why are we performing devotion service? To please Krishna. Even if you don't do also, Krishna is always happy on you. He is Andrananda. He is a condensed form of bliss. But still, I just want to please Krishna. That is a drive. And more than Krishna, I want to please my spiritual master. But that drive is more wonderful. I just want to follow the instructions of my spiritual master. So tat karma pravartana, sangatyaga. For that asat sangatyaga, one has to give up asat sanga. We cannot have asat sanga as well and perform devotional service. Impossible. So sangatyaga sato vrittehe. Now, which sangha to be given up? That is asat sangha. And sato vrittehe. Take up the association of devotees. 5 links which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has emphasized is association of devotees, book reading, chanting, Viti worship, and dhamvas. A, B, C, D square, isn't it? A is association of devotees, B is book reading, C is chanting, D is Viti worship, D is also dhamvas. So in that association of devotees has been given so much of importance. If you have association of devotees, naturally all other things will follow. Then only that enthusiasm to read the book also will come. Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. To read Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, to Shravan, to hear Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam automatically arouses when you have association of devotees. Chanting becomes stronger. The more we have association of devotees, the more we hear chanting is purified. Then you have the natural inclination to go to dham, dhamvas. Dhamvas means to go for yatras. Simple. Dhamvas means not just take a bag and go and sit in the dham. Dhamvas means wherever you are, make it Vrindavan. Go in yatras, collect the dust of the devotees on the head and come and give it to others also. Here we are not interested just for our personal happiness or personal bliss. If Prabhupada would have thought like that, then he would have not traveled to the West. But Prabhupada traveled to the West. Prabhupada spread Krishna consciousness. He did not think about just himself. Or he would have also resided in Vrindavan. He would have just thought about himself and he would have resided in Vrindavan. Dhamvas. So that is why it is said, Krishna says, Naham Ishthalti Vaikunthe Yogina Bhaveshima Tatra Gayanti Mad Bhaktaha Yatra Tishthalti Naradaha. Wherever devotees sing my glories, I am present. So, Dhammas. Deity worship, yes, one understands. The deities are persons. Tomar Pratima Nahi, Sakshat Prajendrandan. Serving deities, cooking for them. Naturally, that inspiration comes by association of devotees. When we have the association, automatically all these other 4 will follow. So these are the 6 principles which is very favorable in the execution of pure devotion service. Being enthusiastic, endeavoring with confidence, being patient, then setting according to divinity principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Acting according to the principles, then abandoning the association of non-devotees, following the footsteps of the previous acharyas. So in this way, these are the 6 principles. Okay, verse. Read just the verse. Two, three devotees will read the verse. One is Kali Prabhu.
Myself, Mataji, Gadadhar Gopdas, yeah. Should I read?
Yeah, you can read.
Hare Krishna. उत्साहान् निश्चयात् धैर्यात् तत्तत् कर्म प्रवर्तनात् संगत्यागात् सतो वृत्तः भक्तिर् प्रसीद्यति. Translation, ready?
Wait. Neeraj Prabhu read the verse. Translation I read. Neeraj Prabhu read the verse.
The verse, right, Mataji?
Yes.
उत्साह निश्चयात् धैर्यात् तत्तत् कर्मा प्रवर्तनात् संगत्यागात् सतो वृत्ते षड्भीर भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति.
Krishna Priya Mataji read the verse. Krishna Priya. I think she's out. Radhi Prabhu read the verse. Then
Krishna.
start the purpose. Yeah.
उत्साह निश्चया धैर्या तत्तत् कर्म प्रवर्तनात् संगत्यागात् सतो वृत्ते षड्भिर्भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति.
Start the purpose. Read the purpose.
Krishna. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. 1. Being enthusiastic. 2. Endeavoring with confidence. 3. Being patient. 4. Acting according to regulative principles such as Sarvanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. 5th, abandoning the association of non-devotees. 6th, following in the footsteps of previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service.
Read the purpose.
Devotional service is not a matter of sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. Its substance is practical activity. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11 has defined devotional service as
Anyabhilashita shunyam.
Anyabhilashita shunyam.
Anyabhilashita shunyam.
Anyabhilashita shunyam.
Yana karmadyanavritam.
Yana karmadi anavritam.
Anukulyena krishnanu.
Anukulyena krishnanu.
Sheelam bhaktiruttama.
Sheelam bhaktir uttama.
It's actually Anushilanam. Anyabhilashita shunyam. Jnana karmadyanavritam. Anukulyena krishnanu. Sheelam bhaktiruttama. So let me first explain this and then you go ahead. So here Srila Prabhupada starts with Uttama Bhakti. What is the meaning of Uttama Bhakti? Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami says, Anya Vilashita Shunya. Whatever any other desires you have, any other desires, just remove it or negate it. That means there should be some desire, Anya Abhilashita, any other desire, just give it up. That means there should be one desire. And what is that one desire? To serve Krishna. Jnana karma the anavritam. Give up the desire to have speculative knowledge. And karma, naturally, one should not have so much of interest in this karma kind. Karma, that means we are talking about the fruitive activities. One should not be so much eager to perform fruitive activities, activities in which the fruits are desired for one's own sense gratification. Every activity has a fruit, but if that fruit is offered to Krishna, then that becomes akarma. Sakarma, vikarma has the fruits that is for one's own sense gratification. Then anukulyena Krishna, anukulyena means whatever favorable in making us progress in devotional service, just take it up. And then how to take it up? Anushilanam bhakti ruttam. Anushilanam. Anushilanam means following the footprints of acharyas. Anu means following. Shilanam means, Anu means the spiritual masters. Sheelanam means following the footsteps of the spiritual master. So following the footsteps of the spiritual master, performing devotional service, which is favorable, and giving up the desire for accumulating speculative knowledge, giving up the desire for performing fruitive activities, just having the desire to serve Krishna and his devotees. If this is there, then that is known as Uttama Bhakti. Okay, read.
Uttama Bhakti or unalloyed devotion unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, involves the rendering of devotional service in a way that is favorable to the Lord. This devotional service should be free from extraneous motive and devoid of fruitive karma, impersonal jnana, and other selfish desires. Bhakti is a short sort of cultivation. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to activity. Cultivation of spirituality does not mean sitting down idly for meditation, as some pseudo-yogis teach. Such idle meditation may be good for those who have no information of devotional service. And for this reason, it is sometimes recommended as a way to check distracting materialistic activities. Meditation means stopping all nonsensical activities, at least for the time being. Devotional service, however, not only puts an end to all nonsensical mundane activities, but also engages one in meaningful devotional activities.
Yeah.
Sri Palla?
So sometimes the instruction is not to touch the knife. This instruction is only for the ones who don't know how to use the knife, like children. You don't allow the children to take the knife. But that is not a standing instruction forever. Because if he doesn't catch the knife, how will he become a good doctor? How will he become a good cook? So when a person doesn't know how to use, till that time, the instruction is don't use. In the same way, till we don't know how to perform our activities, better is sit in meditation, stop all your mundane activities. Don't talk to anyone, just keep your mouth shut. But then afterwards, if you know how to utilize your speech, how to utilize your activities, then do everything for Krishna. Thank you. Okay.
Srila Prahlad Maharaj recommends Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. The 9 processes of devotional service are as follows. First, hearing the name and glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Second, chanting his glories. Third, remembering the Lord. Fourth, serving the Lord's feet. Fifth, worshipping the deity. Sixth, offering obeisances unto the Lord. Seventh, acting as the Lord's servant. Eighth, making friends with the Lord. Ninth, surrendering oneself fully to the Lord. Shravanam or hearing is the first step in acquiring transcendental knowledge. One should not give oral reception. One should not give oral reception to unauthorized persons, but should approach the proper person as recommended in Bhagavad Gita. Tat vidhi panipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam Jnaninas Tattva Darshina.
This verse should, till now you should memorize this verse.
Yeah.
Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Most important verse where we speak about the process of surrenders.
Yes. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Further, it is further recommended in the Mundaka Upanishad Tat
Jnanartham sadhurumeva vidachet. Say, chant again.
Tat Vijnanartham Sa Gurum Iva Bi Gachat.
Again, chant.
Mataji, will you?
Jnanartham sadhurumeva vidachet. Tad vijnanartham
Tat Vijnanartham
Sagurumeva vidachet.
Gurum Eva Bi Gachet.
Sagurumeva vidachet.
Guru Eva Bi Gachet.
Many places Prabhupada has quoted this Satat Vijnanatham Sagurumeva vidachet. There's a video also, Prabhupada speaks this. Tad Vijnanartham Saguru Vivabhigaccheti. Without Guru, how are we going to learn? Tad Vijnanartham. So what Guru teaches? Vijnana, not just Jnana. Vijnana. Vishesha Rupe Jnana. Apply the knowledge.
To understand the transcendental science, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Thus, this method is submissively receiving transcendental confidence knowledge is not only merely based on mental speculation. In this regard, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay, 1 minute. So the method of submissively receiving. See this, both the words are very important. Submissively receiving. That means, what is the secret of attaining transcendental knowledge? One is one's humility and receptive nature. One has to receive it. And also how it complete
Submissive.
Okay. Ashok Prabhu. Ashok Anija Prabhu.
Thus, the method of submissively receiving transcendental knowledge is not merely based on mental speculation. In this regard, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, Brahmand Brahmite kaun bhagyavan jiva, Guru Krishna prasade paye bhakti lata bij. In the course of traversing the universal creation of Brahma, some fortunate soul may receive the seed of bhakti lata, the creeper of devotional service. This is all by the grace of Guru and Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 19.151. The material world is a place of confinement for the living entities who are by nature Anandamaya pleasure seeking. They actually want to be free from the confinement of this world of conditional happiness, but not knowing the process of liberation, they are bound to transmigrate from one species of life to another and from one planet to another. In this way, the living entities are wandering throughout the material universe. When by good fortune, one comes in contact with a pure devotee and hears from him patiently, one begins to follow the path of devotional service. Such an opportunity is offered to a person who is sincere. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is giving a chance to humanity at large. If by fortune one takes advantage of this opportunity to engage in devotional service, the path of liberation immediately opens. One should accept this opportunity to return home back to Godhead very enthusiastically. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. A student, businessman, artist, or anyone else who wants success in his line must be enthusiastic. Similarly, one has to be enthusiastic in devotional service. Enthusiasm means action, but action for whom? The answer is that one should always act for Krishna. Krishna arthai khila cheshta bhakti rasamrita sindhu.
Okay.
In all phases.
Okay. So enthusiasm. Work for whom? Krishnartha akhilah cheshtaha. For him, all the cheshta, all the activities should be done for his pleasure. So Prabhupada says, even the materialistic life also, if you want to progress, one has to be enthusiastic. One cannot be dull. But the enthusiasm in the spiritual life and the material life is, enthusiasm in spiritual life gives us bliss. And it lasts eternally. But in material life, the enthusiasm is only flickering. Okay, Daya Sagar Prabhu, read from here.
In all phases of life, one has to perform devotional activities under the direction of the spiritual master in order to attain perfection in bhakti yoga. It is not that one has to confirm or narrow one's activities. Krishna is all-pervading, therefore, nothing is independent of Krishna. As Krishna himself states in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagadavyaktam murtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshavastitaham. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, one has to make everything favorable for Krishna service. For example, at present we are using dictaphone. The materialist who invented this machine intended it for businessmen or writers of mundane subject matters. He certainly never thought of using the dictaphone in God's service, but we are using this dictaphone to write Krishna conscious literature. Of course, the manufacture of the dictaphone is wholly within the energy of Krishna. All the parts of the instruments, including the electronic functions, are made from different combinations and interactions of the 5 basic types of material energy, namely Bhumi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, and Akasha. The inventor used his brain to make this complicated machine, and his brain, as well as the ingredients, were supplied by Krishna. According to the statements of Krishna, Matstani Sarva Bhutani, everything is depending on my energy. Thus, the devotee can understand that since nothing is independent of Krishna's energy, everything should be devoted in his service.
So here the purpose is everything belongs to Krishna. Maya tam dam sarvam. Jagadavyakta murtina. I am present everywhere. Entire universe pervades in Krishna. Matsthani sarvabhutani. So name a thing where Krishna is not there. That means everything belongs to Krishna. Everything has to be done for his satisfaction. So dovetailed, see Prabhupada is a very nice word. Everything should be dovetailed in Krishna's service. When you see something wonderful, immediately we should understand this is Krishna's energy. You see in 10th chapter, open the 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Open 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita. There is a verse which says everything is Krishna's energy. Which is that verse? Now preparing for the exam, no?
Aham sarvasya prabho.
Aham
sarvasya prabho.
When you see something, you are not seeing the thing as it is. You are seeing Krishna's energy in it. What is that verse? Open, search.
Aham sarvasya prabho, mata sarva prabho.
Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam shrimad bhushitameva va tat tat eva avagachatvam mama tejam sasambhavam. You want preparation time? Friday also, then I can give you off. At least study properly. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam. Whenever you see something special, immediately understand. Krishna says, Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam. Shrimad urjitam evava. Tat tat evavagachatvam mama tejonsa sambhavam. My splendor. See it as my splendor. So that is what is given here. Matsthani sarva bhutani. I am present in everything. So Prabhupada was looking at some ornaments. Then his disciples asked, Prabhupada, what are you looking? Oh, I am seeing the art in the artist. And this art is also given by Krishna. These are all vibhutis. Vibhutis means something special. Something special is given. Like some artist can sing very nicely. Some can paint very nicely. So this splendor, Krishna says, this is my splendor. This is my energy. So that is what is given here. So everything should be dovetailed in Krishna's service. Okay. Neeraj Prabhu, read from here. Neeraj Prabhu.
Yes, Madhu. So, endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness, it's called utsaha or enthusiasm.
This is what we had told. First thing, utsaha means endeavoring with intelligence. Not that utsaha without intelligence. Then that is going to only cause utpate vahi keval. It is only going to cause utpata. It will be only troublesome.
The devotees find the correct means by which everything can be utilized in the service of the Lord. Nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. The execution of devotional service is not a matter of idle meditation, but practical action in the foreground of spiritual life. These activities must be executed with patience. One should not be impatient in Krishna consciousness. Indeed, this Krishna consciousness movement was started single-handedly, and in the beginning there was no response. But because we continued to execute our devotional activities with patience, people gradually began to understand the importance of this movement, and now they are eagerly participating. One should not be impatient in discharging devotional service, but should take instructions from the spiritual master and execute them with patience, depending on the mercy of Guru and Krishna. The successful execution of Krishna conscious activities requires both patience and confidence. A newly married girl naturally expects offsprings from her husband, but she cannot expect to have them immediately after marriage. Of course, as soon as she is married, she can attempt to get a child, but she must surrender to her husband, confident that her child will develop and be born in due time. Similarly, in devotional service, surrender means that one has to become confident. The devotee thinks, Avashya Rakshibe Krishna.
Avashya Rakshibe Krishna.
Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Krishna will surely protect me and give me help for the successful execution of devotional service. This is called confidence. As already explained, one should not be idle, but should be very enthusiastic about executing the regulative principles. Tat karma pravartana. Neglect of the regulative principles will destroy devotional service. In this Krishna consciousness movement, there are 4 basic regulative principles: forbidden illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. A devotee must be very enthusiastic about following these principles. If he becomes slack in following any of them, his progress will certainly be checked. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore recommends tat karma pravartanat. One must strictly follow the regulative principles of Vaidehi Bhakti. In addition to these 4 prohibitions, yama, there are 4 positive regulative principles, niyama, such as daily chanting of 16 rounds on Japmala beads. These regulative activities must be faithfully performed with enthusiasm. This is called tat karma pravartana, or varied engagement in devotional service. Furthermore,
1 minute. So these 4 regulative principles, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, has to be followed very strictly, not just 1 or 2, all the 4. Then we can progress in devotional service. Tat karma pravartana. Then 4 positive, that means chanting of the holy name, waking up early in the morning. These are all also we have to take up. Yam, niyam. 1 is prohibition. Niyam is following. That is association of devotees, book reading, chanting, dhambas, deity worship. All this we have to do, we have to perform properly. Okay, read.
Furthermore, in order to be successful in devotional service, one must give up the association of undesirable people. This includes karmis, jnanis, yogis, and other non-devotees. Once, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked by one of his householder devotees about the general principles of Vaishnavism, as well as the general routine activities of the Vaishnava. And Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately replied, Asat Sangya Tyaga, Ye Vaishnava Achara. Ye Vaishnava Achara. Characteristically, a Vaishnava is one who gives up the associations of worldly people or non-devotees. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has therefore recommended Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Vasa. One has to live in the company of pure devotees and execute the regulative principles laid down by the previous acharyas, the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. If one lives in the association of devotees, there is little chance of associating with non-devotees. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is opening many centers just to invite people to live in the company of devotees and practice the regulative principles of a spiritual life.
Okay. So Asat Sangatyaga, Tandera Charana Sevi, Bhakta Sanivasa. So these are the principles. So that is how the society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we have got a wonderful platform where we can associate with the devotees. Why is that weekly programs are there? Just to follow these principles. How important is to come to the temple? How important is to associate with the devotees so that we can give up the association of worldly-minded people. Because a human cannot stay alone. He has to associate with someone. So if we don't associate with the devotees, then we will try to associate with worldly-minded people. Already 6 days in a week, we're doing that. But at least the 7th day, if we understand that we have to associate with the devotees, then automatically we will not have that interest to associate with the worldly-minded people. Though even you will be going to your workplace, but you'll just go for the sake of working, getting the money and come back and using the same money in Krishna service. So that is the purpose. Okay, Vandana Mataji, read from you.
Hare Krishna. If one strictly follows the advice, devotional service means transcendental activities. On the transcendental platform, there is no contamination by 3 modes of material nature. This is called Vishuddha Sattva, the platform of pure goodness or goodness free from contamination by the qualities of passion and ignorance. In this Krishna conscious movement, we require everyone to rise early in the morning by 4 a.m. and attend Mangalarti or morning worship and then read Srimad Bhagavatam, perform Kirtan and so forth. Thus, we hold continuous activities in devotional service 24 hours daily. This is called Satovritti, or following in the steps of the previous acharyas who expertly filled every moment of time with Krishna conscious activity. If one strictly follows the advices given
4 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, one should do that. One should wake up as much as possible, 4 a.m. But that is the time Brahma Muhurta starts, 3:30 the Brahma Muhurta starts. So that is the time we have to take advantage. Many of the devotees don't follow this. We should try to follow. We should try to sleep early, eat less in the night, wake up early in the morning. It is said, whatever sleep you get before 12 o'clock, that is counted as 2 hours rest. After that, till 5 o'clock, it is 1 hour rest. After that, it is just half an hour rest. So try to wake up early in the morning. Even if you sleep by 9:30 also, easily you can wake up. You just imagine 9:30 to 3:30, suppose 9:30 to 12:30 is 2 hours sleep. 4 hours you already slept. 6 hours you already slept. After that, you're getting ample rest for another 3. 9 hours sleep you have got. Even though you have slept 9:30, easily you can wake up by 3:30, 4 o'clock. Okay, read.
If one strictly follows the advice given in this verse by Srila Rupa Goswami, namely being enthusiastic, being confident, being patient, giving up the association of unwanted person, following the regulated principles, and remaining in association of devotees, one is sure to advance in devotional service. In this regard, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur remarks that cultivation of knowledge by philosophical speculation, the collection of mundane opulence by the advancement of fruitive activities, and the desire for yoga siddhi, material perfection are all contrary to the principle of devotional service. One has to become thoroughly polished to such non-permanent activities and turn his intention instead to the regulative principles of devotional service. According to
Actually,
Bhagavad,
this waking up early in the morning, chanting the holy name, this system not only applies for devotees, they should make it a principle to put them in practice with the children also. When children also should be taught to wake up early in the morning by 4:30, 5 o'clock, children should wake up. I still remember my father will not allow me to sleep after 5 o'clock. 4:30 itself used to wake me up.
हमारे यहाँ
So
माता
it
जी
became
9
very easy. Huh? What you say?
नहीं, हमारे यहाँ नहीं है माता जी, मतलब we have to learn that. In fact, I just need that.
Go and learn from my father. My father never made me see 6 o'clock all the time. In my childhood, I used to 4:30.
Everyone should join defense forces, Mataji.
Yeah, defense forces. My father was in
Everyone
army.
compulsorily should join defense forces and thereafter ISKCON. Then the life is successful.
True. My father was in army, so he used to make me wake up by 4:30, take cold water bath, and write Shri Ram Jayam, chant Suprabhadam. So it became very easy for me. Srila Prabhupada is teaching, it becomes very easy. Actually, in this way, if you train the children, children also become very smart. They also learn so many things. Morning is for waking up, actually. You see, the birds also wake up. The hen, the cock, they all wake up. Why is it that the human is dozing off? You see morning chirping of the birds. If you see morning 3:30, 4 o'clock, you hear wonderful sound. That means this law of nature is followed by the animals. You know, the cow does not eat after sunset. You know that? Even if you keep the wonderful grass before it, it will not eat. That means law of nature is not transgressed by the animals. It's only transgressed by the human. That is why we have to study Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, write Bhakti Shastri exams. So make it a point that you wake up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. Night eating and all should be finished before 8 o'clock. Okay. Read from here. Vaishnava Prabhu, read from here. Defense. Our defense person is Vaishnava.
According to Bhagavad Gita 2.69, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Mune. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control. And the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspect.
The voice. Krishna. Are you able to hear his voice? You able to hear?
No.
Yes, Prabhu. Vaishnava Prabhu, the voice is not heard.
And fruit work or mystic endeavor will never yield any.
1 minute, your voice is not coming properly. Wait.
It's coming now.
You read from the
Krishna.
beginning. Many things went. What is night for all beings? From there you read.
Okay, I repeat. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control. And the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage. Engagement in the devotional service of the Lord is the life and soul of the living entity. It is the desired goal and supreme perfection of human life. One has to become confident about this. And one also has to be confident that all activities other than devotional service, such as mental speculation, fruitive work, or mystic endeavor, will never yield any enduring benefit. Complete confidence in the path of devotional service will enable one to attain his desired goal. But attempting to follow other paths will only succeed in making one restless. In the 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, one must be calmly convinced that those who have given up devotional service to engage in severe austerities for other purposes are not purified in their minds, despite their advanced austerities, because they have no information of the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Which one is this verse, Mataji? 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Seventh canto, it is one should be calmly convinced.
Yes.
Those who have given up devotional service to engage in the severe austerities for other purposes are not purified in their minds, despite their. We have to search that. I have to search this
Yes.
verse. Because they have no information of the transcendental loving service of the Lord. I'll just find out and tell you. Go
It is further stated in the 7th canto, although mental speculator and fruitive actors may perform great austerities and penances, they still fall down because they do not have information about the lotus feet of the Lord. The devotees of the Lord, however, never fall down. In Bhagavad Gita 9.31, the Supreme Personality of Godhead assures Arjuna, Aunteya Prati Janahi Name Bhakta Pranayashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Again in Bhagavad Gita 2.40, Krishna says, Neha Vikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo Navidyate Spalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Should I carry on?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Devotional service is so pure and perfect that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. Sometimes a person will give up his ordinary material engagements and out of sentiment take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and thus begin the preliminary execution of devotional service. Even if such an immature devotee falls down, there is no loss on his part. On the other hand, what is the gain of one who executes the prescribed duties according to his varna and ashrama, but does not take to the devotional service?
Which one, Madhu? Now, what you're reading, which is that verse? Open second chapter, Neha Vikramanashasti. Open second chapter. In that the verse is there.
Yeah, it's there. 2.40. Na? It's given in this purport only. Neha Vikramanashasti Pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat.
In that this verse is there. Even if he is engaged and if he has not done his prescribed duties properly,
yes,
still there is no loss on his side. So open that verse. In that purport you see.
Tyaktva swadharmam.
Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam hare. Bhajan napakvo athapate tato yadi. That verse. So even if you are performing your materialistic duty, varnashrama system very nicely, but you have not taken up devotional service, what is the use? Kovat prapto abachatam sadharmaha. But on the other hand, tektva sadharmam, he has given up everything. But bhajan also apakvaha is doing. That also is not doing properly. But still there is no loss because he has taken up the shelter of Krishna. Okay, read after this.
Yeah. On the other hand, what is the gain?
Your voice is not coming nicely. 1 minute, voice is
although not coming. I am doing from mobile, Mataji. So
okay, Gadi Prabhu, you read.
Is it okay now?
Sometimes coming, sometimes. Let Gadi Prabhu read.
Yeah. From this
okay. Although a fallen devotee may take his next birth in a low family. From here, Prabhuji. Or you can read from devotional service is so pure.
वहां से पढ़ता हूँ. Yes. Shall I read, Mataji?
Read.
Devotional service is so pure, right, that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to ultimate success. Sometimes a person will give up his ordinary material engagements and out of sentiment take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and thus begin the preliminary execution of devotional service. Even if such an immature devotee falls down, there is no loss on his part. On the other hand, what is the gain of one who executes the prescribed duties according to his varna and ashrama, but does not take to devotional service. Although a fallen devotee may take his next birth in a low family, his devotional service will nonetheless resume from where it left off. Devotional service is Hayatuki Apratihata. It is not the effect of any mundane cause, nor can it be terminated by any mundane cause or permanently curtailed by any material interruption. Therefore, a devotee should be confident about his engagement and should not be very interested in the activities of the karmis, jnanis, and yogis. There are certainly many good qualities among creative actors, philosophical speculators, mystic yogis, but all good qualities automatically develop in the character of a devotee. No extraneous endeavor is needed. As confirmed by Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, all the good qualities of the demigods manifest progressively in one who has developed pure devotional service. Because a devotee is not interested in any material activity, he does not become materially contaminated. He is immediately situated on the platform of transcendental life. However, one has to engage in mundane activity. 1 minute. I will call you later. However, one who engages in mundane activity, be he a so-called jnani, yogi, karmi, philanthropist, nationalist, or whatever, cannot attain higher stage of Mahatma. He remains Duratma or crippled-minded person. According to Bhagavad Gita 9.13, Mahatma manasatu mam partha daiving prakritim ashritaha bhajanti ananya manaso kyatva bhutadim avayam Avayam Osana Prutha. Those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Since all the devotees of the Lord are under the protection of His potency, they should not deviate from the path of devotional service and take the path of karmis, jnani, or yogi. This is called उत्साहन निश्चयाद धैर्यत तत्कर्म प्रवर्तनात् enthusiastically executing the regulative activities of devotional service with patience and confidence. In this way, one can advance in devotional service without hindrance.
So what Prahlad Maharaj says, one must be calmly convinced. If one is calmly convinced, one must be calmly convinced that those who have given up devotional service to engage in severe austerities for other purposes are not purified in their mind, despite their advanced austerities, because they have no information about the transcendental loving service of Lord. So there's another verse which also says the same thing. Nate vidu swartha kapim hi Vishnu duratya ye bahirartha malinaha anda thayandir paniyamanaha te apishu. Varnayam sar. I'm not able to see these verses. Purudhamni baddha. Anyhow. So nate vidu swartha kapim hi Vishnu. If he doesn't know that the goal is Krishna, then what he does, he engages in different activities. That is what is given. He is very much convinced because he doesn't know what is his artha, swa artha. That is why he is engaged in different activities. Duratya ye bahirartha manyaha. So he feels that everything is wonderful. Bahirartha manyaha. Whatever extra things he feels. So here they said asat sangha or jnana karmadi anavrutam. That is what we said. Jnana karmadi anavrutam. Give up all these things. Give up mental speculation. Give up the path of a jnani. Give up the path of the karmi. Take up your devotional service. Have the inclination to perform favorable devotional service. That too in the guidance of the spiritual master. Then that is uttama bhakti. So this verse describes the uttama bhakti. Utsahan with intelligence, utsahan, nishchayat, determination, dhairyat, tolerance, patience, utsahan, nishchayat, dhairyat, tat karma pravartanat, following the rules and regulations, positive, negative, both, that is yam, niyam, both, Tattat karma pravartanat sangatyadat. Give up material-minded people. Too much of material-minded people, association of material-minded people. And what happens? We try to behave like them. Sometimes we have seen devotees also when they go out. They don't look like devotees. They look something different because they are mixing with material-minded people. So we should always understand whatever our acharyas have told. We should always have that. Simple living, high thinking, applying tilak, going with a tilak. What's the problem? If you have Uddha Pundram, you will be, people will see you and they'll say Hare Krishna. It's good that you are reminding others also of Krishna. So in this way, we have to follow the rules and regulations very strictly. It's not just for the sake of following. No, we should follow. Not that just when I enter the temple, I'll just wear the Vaishnava dress, and then other times I don't even bother how is my personality. I just like to do some fashion. No, it's not necessary. Simple living. Devotees are categorized for their simplicity. And then waking up early in the morning, yam, niyam to be followed properly. Don't become complacent to these rules and regulations because they are the ones which is going to enhance our devotional service. Tat karma pravartana sangatyagat sato vrittehe shadabir bhaktir prasiddhyati. In this way, one can progress in devotional. So here we'll stop. So I'm giving a good holiday now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be your oral test, and Sunday will be written examination. So prepare for the same. Okay. Learn the verses. Apply the verses in the life also. It's not just I learn the verses. Okay, any doubts you can ask.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, can you keep oral on Saturday, Sunday?
I'm not available. I am not available means I have my class at the time. I'll be monitoring the written also. I cannot take orals on Sundays.
Okay.
Okay. After Ramanuja class, 7:30 on the soon 7:30, 8 o'clock orals.
Correct, Mataji.
Yeah.
What are the two aspects of tat karma pravartana? What are the two aspects?
Yam, niyam. Yam
Achha.
means not to do, prohibitions.
Okay.
Niyam, what to do.
Okay.
What not to do and what to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Gadadhar Prabhu, you have doubt?
Hare Krishna Mataji, there is a request. Sunday and Monday the exams. Sunday and Monday is engagement marriage is there in the family. So we don't know how to complete this.
Sunday is written examination, na? Night only.
No, but traveling is there. Sunday we can do oral. We can. There won't be a problem. Sunday we can do on Sunday, but Monday the marriage is there. So there travel and reaching
Monday
back.
there is no test. It's only Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, Saturday and Sunday. 26 and 27, Mataji. I think in the morning I see the WhatsApp it is 27 and 28. That's what.
No, Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday is the programs.
Yes, Saturday is orals and Sunday is, somebody can put it properly also if there is any mistake. Saturday is oral and Sunday is written.
Yes, Sunday written will be little. I don't know how to. Okay, Matas. Let us see. Thank you, Matas.
Any other doubt? No doubt. Okay.
Mataji, please tell me, Avashya Rakshime Krishna. What is the?
Krishna is there always to protect. Even in the Sarvadharman Parityaja, what is the 6 aspects of surrenderance? Anukulyasa Sankalpa, Pratikulyasa Varjanam, Rakshis Yatati Vishwaso. Have that firm faith. Krishna is there to protect in all circumstances. Sometimes we see something unfavorable happening, but there also see Krishna's hand. So there is that firm faith. If it is there, then one will not be bewildered in any circumstances. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Rakshasya Tati Vishwaso Goptrutve Varnam Tatha. He is the guardian. Atmanikshepa Karpanye Shadvidha Sharana Gatihi. Okay.